I'm clear-headed, so upgraded. Every moment feels like I'm high. They say less is more, it's true. Only one I need is you. I just wanna give my best. I'm sorry if I fail with that. Could it be love? 'Cause we can do anything. Could it be trust? Shivers onto my skin. I can close my eyes, but I got peace in my mind. Could it be love? Could it be us? Keeping me up all night. Keeping me up all night. Keeping me up all night. Could it be love? Could it be us? Yeah. Out through hell, got out of breath. Then I found you, must be God's sign. Nothing goes bad under your spell. Kinda feels like I'll never die. If you keep me waiting, I'm not moving, I'm here. Keep me waiting. I got trust in you, dear. They say less is more, it's true. Only one I need is you. I just wanna give my best. I'm sorry if I fail with that. Could it be love? 'Cause we can do anything. Could it be trust? Shivers onto my skin. I can close my eyes, but I got peace in my mind. Could it be love? Could it be us? Keeping me up all night. Could it be love? Could it be us? Your love kept me up all night. Your love kept me up all night. Your love keeps me up all night. Your love kept me up all night.
All right, guys, we're gonna hop in real quick while we're waiting for these games to start. We're watching some highlights from the tip-off from the early games of the turn that we got to see yesterday. I'm excited for this new look Jazz. You know, early in the year, the first couple games, we saw PNR. They were struggling. They really just weren't putting it all together, like you want to see from a team. They switch to 5 out. They play the Bucks in 5 out. Kel gets his season high. Johnny gets his, I believe, career high. And you didn't see the defense there. It didn't seem to flow as well. As great as Kel was playing within that 5 out, the other four guys all mostly seemed to take a step back. Now, after that 3-4 games where they experimented with 5 out, we saw some other teams really dominate in it. Like I said, the Bucks and the T-Wolves and teams like that. They've decided to go back into PNR here in the turn. Yesterday, they won a gritty one against Mavs Gaming, pulling out a 49-43 victory where it was all defense all the way, really for both sides. The Jazz struggled to hit some shots that really would have allowed them to open up the game much earlier than they did, but for the most part, they controlled that entire game. That's really what you want to see from this Jazz team. They're still kind of struggling to find an identity. You have a lot of new guys coming in. You have Kel, who's new to the Jazz. You have Rec, who's new to the whole league. Charger coming over. Kaze, who's a threes guy, just new to fives in general, now coming into the team. And then, of course, the backbone, Rhea. So they haven't quite found what works best for them. We've seen them play at high tempo, high powered offense, generating turnovers, gambling on defense, and that wasn't working so well, although it was very fun to watch. We've seen them now get back into this style where it's very slow, very controlled, limit the TOs. Yesterday, I believe we only saw maybe 4 total turnovers for the team. So it's just interesting to see all the different Jazz Gaming teams that we've seen in this season alone, and this is what, game number 8 for them in 5. So I'm assuming they're going to come back to that pick and roll that they ran yesterday. No need to switch coming off of a win against Mavs Gaming. This T-Wolves team is really going to be the test. We saw, as I mentioned, them in that 5-out struggle to keep pace is what I was going to say, not offensively but defensively. They just could not get the stops with Rhea on that popper and Charger in the back end. Now, yesterday, after a gritty defensive win, you're going to be going up against a team that, even prior to getting the new popper this year, when we talk about going into last year in T-Wolves Gaming, has always had one of the most efficient offenses. This team scores, they run the break, they don't miss their gimmies, they get a lot of threes, all the things that you're looking for in an offense. T-Wolves Gaming has done it. They've done it this year, they've done it last year, and that's why they're one of the most successful teams in the league. So the question really is, if the Jazz can manage to keep pace offensively or really, really staunch this T-Wolves Gaming offense. One of those two things is going to have to happen. We're either going to have to see Rhett combos and Kel come out, and Rhea even in the pick and roll come out and score, 15 each at least to keep them afloat against this high-powered offense, or we're going to have to see a defensive masterclass, and that starts with Kaze and Rhea in that pick and roll. And then it's going to be Kel at the hash guarding Kai, who's always been one of the most dominant shooting guards since coming into the league. If I have to give a prediction here, I think I just don't know if I believe in this offense to be as high-powered as we saw as them in 5-out. So I think it's going to come down to this defense coming together, playing solid, playing good scramble defense. Yesterday we saw Glow snag a lot of offensive rebounds, but they weren't really scoring off of it. The Jazz did a good job of fouling when they were out of position and scrambling when they had the opportunity to get back, not allow kick-out threes. So I think that's what we're going to need to see today. Slaughter generally does a good job of rebounding, but he's not the most confident shooter, the best shooter, so I think Rhea might be able to take advantage of that. That should help them defensively. I'm sure the Jazz have scouted that. Offensively, you just need to see rec combos get going early. Yesterday, against the Mavs, sorry, I blanked for a moment. Against the Mavs, he came out, got 2 quick threes, then really slowed down after that as he was trying to find his footing. Where does he want to work? He doesn't seem totally comfortable yet in the league, and this is the same in pick and roll as it was in 5-out, where he doesn't quite have his spots, it feels like. Most guards that you see have their spots that they want to get to, whether it be, they like working the middle, they like working the mid-E, they like getting inside and rim running, they want to fade wing, all these types of things. That has not been the case so far for rec combos, so I hope that as we move forward, we're now in game number 8, you don't have that many 5s games to play around with, and I'm sure they've been scrimming. You want to see him find spots where he's comfortable, and there's a lot of ways that you can score with this meta that they have in pick and roll or in 5-out. There's nothing these guards can't do. You see guys like Antoine who really do a good job of getting into the midi and getting the crabs. You see guys who rim run a lot, like Johnny, who gets a lot of standing dunks down low. You see guys who hunt threes a lot, like Mama does. There's a lot of ways that you can beat teams, and you have a very high IQ veteran center presence with Rhea, who knows how to get to the right spots, where to set the screens, when to slip, when to do all of these things, come up for the reset, get in free board position, things like that. So what I want to see is Kel just find where he wants to win. As I mentioned, there's a lot of ways to do it. He just hasn't discovered them yet, and that's what it really seems like each game We see flashes. We see, okay, that was a good shot on the wing. That was a good shot in the midi, a good rim run there. And sometimes, like yesterday, we saw him step up and hit a very clutch bucket that they desperately needed to seal the game away by getting to the rim run. But it's just not consistent, and I think that's what's really been holding him back. Kel was a monster in 5-out, and those have inflated his stats when he was putting up, 30, 40-plus points per game doing the 5-out thing. But in the half court, in the pick and roll, I like what he's given as a bailout option. I just need to see a little more consistency shooting the ball. Generally, I do like what he does in the 5 to 8 second drill, they say, when he gets those nades. I like what he does in transition. I just want to see consistency coming in his shooting. And then for Kaze and Charger, it's just about knocking down some open looks. Kaze's really good in working out of the corner when needed. Charger's been a little bit streaky shooting. It looks like they're about to start here, so let me pull it up. There we go. So really, I just want to see more consistent shooting from them. That's been the big thing that's hurt them, is just the consistency in terms of shooting. If they can get that down, I really do believe in this team quite a bit. Get the shooting down and just get a little bit more out of a little bit more out of Rec Combos and how, and as he figures out how he wants to win and what he's got to do to kind of generate some early points for this team. And we see some funky stuff happen. As I looked away, switching the broadcast over, Rec Combos caught diving for the ball out of bounds. It's going to be T-Wolves' ball to start the game here. Now it's going to be Bear to Beast getting it. Coming over the right side, trying to get to the rim. Gets it out to Shifty. Charger caught jumping. Now he has a mismatch download. Goes for the standing layup. Cannot get it. Rhea with the good rebound. And Kel going the other way. Now Kel trying to attack. Get downhill. Gets inside of his defender. Tries to throw it up. No good there. Not a great look in the early offense. They're going to throw it right over Rec Combo's head as they slam it home. That's going to be a 2-0 lead to start here for the T-Wolves. Now it's Kel working out again. And he gets to the rim. Nice job there. They're going to need things like that as Kel kind of needs to work out and be a more consistent scorer for them in this pick and roll if they want to really keep pace with the T-Wolves offense. And Slaughter gets the baseline and throws down a tomahawk dunk. Nice job there by him. Now it's Rec Combos getting the screen, trying to get the crab. He had the midi, but he was forced to fade it, which isn't a preferable animation. And that might be why he couldn't get it to go. Now Bear picking up his dribble, getting it over to Shifty in the corner. Now Slaughter slams it home over Kel. They get caught in a mismatch down low, and he punishes them with an easy dunk. Rec Combos again bringing it up. Now getting the crab. That's 2 quick crabs for Rec Combos. First one no good. That one is good. And he gets that 3 to fall. Now Bear to Beast coming over the middle. Slaughter setting the screen. They run this pick and pop a lot. There's him popping. Bear tries to get the layup to go. No good. Now getting it over to Kel. Trying to work in transition again. He's going to back it up. Pull it back. Gets by his defender, tries to get the crab, could not. Shifty tips it. Rhea all the way under the rim, gets the defender in the air, had an opening for the layup, doesn't go up. He's going to get the rebound and kick it all the way back out to Rec Combos. Now Rec working, fading middle. No good. Good shot, though. Can't get the fade to fall. It's going to be Kai going the other way, and we see a foul to stop the break. Will be T-Wolves here, getting it to Slaughter. Now they get it to Kai. Kai catching a screen quickly. Now Slaughter over to the wing. Kel going to try to stay in front. Back to Slaughter. Had an opening. They get it back to him, and that's going to be Kai going to the rim for 2. Rec Combos trying to get over to the left side. Now getting back to the middle. Has the corner guy open. Slaughter rotates down. Steals the pass. Bear going in a 3-on-4 break. Kai coming up, gets it to Shifty as he pulls the defender up, and Shifty gets the 3 to fall. This is what I'm talking about when you talk about a team that works so well in transition and gets the shots that they want. Time and time again, the T-Wolves just get good looks in transition when you make mistakes. See Kel getting the ball a lot early here. Rec Combos pulls it. No good. That's 9% as Bear came out of the corner. Slaughter bringing it up. Makes the wrong read. Had the left corner open. And that's going to be a turnover as Shifty gets it and throws it away. Kel again with the ball here. 2 guys on him. Smothering him. Rhea gets the screen now. Bear tries to blitz it in the corner. Kel has the crowd, doesn't want to shoot it. He's very tired. You can tell from how he's dribbling. Charger with it. Gets it to Rec Combos. He fades the midi. Off again. Tip board. And that's going to be T-Wolves coming up with it. Now they're going the other way. 2-on-3 break. Shifty Kai pulling it out. They're going to set up the 5 out. When you see Bear with the ball out, you see many more screens. There we see a pick and pop. With Kai with the ball, it's much more 5 out. Now Bear going to work the 5 for a second. Kel gets back to it. Throwing up a floater is Kai. No good. And the Jazz do pull down the rebound after tipping it up for a second. Rec Combos trying to find something. Throws the slip. Scary pass. Rhea under the rim. Kicks it back to Rec Combos. Gets it into the corner. Kaze trying to shoot the pocket. No good. Rhea with the rebound. And he puts it away. Nice cleanup work there from Rhea. They're making these passes and reads very tough for the Jazz. As we see a turnover, the Jazz are going to get it back. Now it's getting it up to Rec Combos. Rec trying to get it to the wing. Over to Charger. Out to Rhea. Back to Rec now. 12 seconds on the shot clock. They send a cut. They do not throw it. Rec fading middle again. Rec has been very aggressive, but he's still, I believe, 1 for 4 to start the game. 4-point deficit, under a minute remaining. T-Wolves with the ball. We're going to see a little off-ball action here. Clampism has the opening down low. Bear doesn't hit him, though. Now they're sending the cut again. Over to Clamp. Over to Shifty in the corner. Almost stolen by Rhea, and Slaughter punches it home right over Rhea. Very unique play call there from the T-Wolves. You saw Slaughter go down, try to screen the corner man. Clamp goes to the middle, replaces at the wing. Just a lot of movement. The Jazz caught off guard by it a little bit. Easy crab there for Rec, and he gets it to go. Maybe that gets him back on track, as we've seen him get off to a slow start. But I like how aggressive he's being early in this game. They get Charger moving in the corner. That's Shifty with a green. Charger worried about Bear rim running, knowing that he has to meet him early if he wants to stop the quick drop. And they punish him with a 3-pointer there in the corner from Shifty. Rec trying to walk back. Pulls it all the way back out. Rhea on the slip. Slaughter almost steals it again. Now 10 seconds. Kel gets out. Fades back. No good. That's a 7%. 8 seconds left. Can the T-Wolves find something here? Bear does get the blow by. Gets the clamp breaker and gets the rim. 4 seconds left. The Jazz are going to have to move quickly if they want something. 2 seconds. Rec throws it down. I thought maybe he had an opening to shoot. That's going to be heavily contested. No good there. Rec with a 2 for 7 start, 1 for 4 from 3. Jazz find themselves down 9. The pace of this game, compared to what we saw last night between Jazz Mavs, it's night and day. You cannot really say enough about how this T-Wolves team runs, and picks up the pace, makes everybody adjust to how fast they're going to play offensively and defensively. They run rotations, they get in lanes, they get people moving on defense and make you think. And on the other side, offensively, it's just about how much movement there is as well and how quickly they're going to push it. It's not just the transition points. It's also the early offense. When you're talking about a team that, if the transition isn't there, if they can't get something right away in fast break, they're going to slow it up, like back it out, but they're still looking to score in those first, 7 to 8 seconds of the offense. They're not looking to, okay, back out, get set, let's get the center up here, let's set the screen, that's what most teams do when transition isn't there. They get it all the way back out and set up the offense. The Timberwolves still look to attack early. Okay, the first 4 to 5 seconds, we ran the fast break, we didn't get anything. Now, let's try to score in these next 4 to 5 seconds instead of setting up the offense and letting the defense get comfortable in where they're at. For the Jazz, it wasn't, they got some good looks, but really they just aren't working hard enough on offense. We saw a lot of settling. Rec Combos had mostly good shots. Kel settled a couple times for some contested ones. We saw Kaze try to shoot a pocket in the corner that was a little ill-advised. Just overall, they're not working hard enough to get these efficient looks that they were getting yesterday against the Mavs. And if the T-Wolves are going to make you play at this pace, then you have to be able to adjust and get something going offensively, or you're going to have to be much tighter on defense and get the stops so that you can slow the game down and not play this run and gun style that they want to play. Like that doesn't feel like the Jazz's game right there, as we see a bad take and it gets punched away, and it's going to be the T-Wolves going the other way now. Rhea caught jumping down low. They get it up to Shifty, and that might be his third 3 of the game early here, just 30 seconds into the second quarter. He has been all over the place in the corner, at the wing, doing all sorts of stuff for him. 21-9. Now we'll see. Rec Combos maybe had a rim run or a mid. He decides to back it out. They get Shifty on ball. 8 seconds. Throws it down to Rhea. He's in no spot to score. Gets it over to Kel. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. Nothing going. They get it to Charger, and he does dunk it, but it is after the shot clock. The cut coming a little late. The pass coming a little late. And then they just get an unfortunate animation. That's going to be a turnover for the Jazz. We're going to need to see some defense here out of them. This is the big killer right now. They haven't gotten the stops that they've needed to hang around in this game. And as I say that, Kaze plucks it away. He pokes it away from the center as well. And that's Kel dunking it on the break. If the Jazz can get more of those, that would be big time for them, as they need to generate some of these live ball turnovers and get easy looks in transition when the offense is stalling out a little bit. Bear walking it back, has the 3. No good there. Rhea with the rebound. Now Rec working it back over the right side, back to the middle. Gets the switch. Rhea with clampism on him, and he runs right into his chest and throws the hammer down. Nice take there by Rhea. The Timberwolves are very active in their switching and their rotations, and it leaves mismatches like that to be exploited. I want to see more of that from the Jazz moving forward. Now clampism goes on a cut. Nothing there. Shifty gets Charger on him. Tries to do a give and go. Nothing going. 6 seconds. 3 seconds. They get it to Kai. They try to throw the cut. It's not going to be there. They throw the corner to corner. Charger, knowing there's no time, goes down for the board. And it's going to end up being a shot clock violation for the Timberwolves. That was great defense there by the Jazz. And I liked the offensive possession as well. Like I said, the Timberwolves switch a lot. They don't care switching anybody onto the center. Switch the lock on. Switch guards onto the power forward. Things like that. So if you can get those switches, I think you need to be looking to exploit them. Kaze caught under the rim, maybe could have thrown it up, decides to try to work the midi and then throw a bad pass right into Kai's hands. Not a great play there from Kaze, as he was kind of caught in no man's land for a little while and then throws a panic pass. Now Rhea shrinking the court. Kel chasing the cut. It looks like the game plan was for Rhea to take the cut, Kel to take his pop. Instead, you see him chase the cut, and that left a wide open shot. Luckily, Slaughter can't knock it down over the top of the key. Now it's Rec Combos getting it. Well, a little bit of a stream glitch here. We're back. Rec Combos going to the rim, and that's going to be an and one. Nice finish there. Jazz off to a nice start in this quarter. Could potentially cut the lead down to 5 if he makes this free throw. And he does. That's going to be a 21-16 lead now for the T-Wolves. Shifty Kai getting it back to Shifty. Now he gets the standing dunk. And those are the dunks I was talking about that it felt like Kel was missing out on yesterday. I didn't get a chance to look if he had switch builds or if he was just getting unlucky. But those are the dunks you see a lot of shooting guards get. Kel was not so fortunate yesterday to get him. Is that going to be another and one? No, Rhea misses the layup, but he will be going to the line. Jazz doing a good job. You know, it's a little different in 2K when you talk about... in real basketball, they want to get to the line, stop the clock, all those type of things. You could be aggressive in 2K, but it's not quite the same with the way the meta works. when you talk about trying to get to the line. You can't really foul bait like you see in real life and do the rip-through moves. But despite all that, the Jazz have done a good job the last couple plays, getting free throws, stopping the clock, and letting themselves get back into the game. Now just a 5-point game once again. Shifty Kai gets the clamp breaker. He's going to get all the way to the rim. If you're Charger, that's a tough task. You don't want to back off too far because he has all the shooting and all the shooting badges where you can shoot from anywhere. But if you get too close, he can get that clamp breaker on you and run right past, use the speed advantage. Over to Kel. Thought he was going to shoot it. He's going to run middle and shoot now. And that's a good shot by Kel. The lead is down to 4. The Jazz slowly chipping away. We saw it was 9, then 7, 5 for a while, now down to 4. They are just slowly and methodically chipping away at this T-Wolves lead that they built up in that first quarter. Kai thought about shooting. He's going to get it to Slaughter. Over to Shift. You got to be watching the cuts. The T-Wolves love sending so many of those right off of passes. Kai trying to get something. He sends it to the corner. Clampism with 2 seconds. Up to Bear. No space. It's a flick up. And the Jazz defense has been all over the Timberwolves in this quarter. You see 5 turnovers there for T-Wolves Gaming. It's really been a huge step up from that first quarter where the Jazz were turning it over, taking bad looks, letting the T-Wolves work in early offense. It's been totally different here. They've been stuck in half court and the Jazz have been rotating. And that's really been the difference maker that's allowed them to come back in this game. You did see a foul there from Clampism. That is going to be their foul to give. So anything past here will be free throws. Charger has Rhea down low, and that's another dunk to lead down to 2. Great play here by the Jazz in the second quarter. Just a minute and a half left. They could take the lead even. That's just bad defense. Ill-advised 3 to give up, as you saw, maybe falling asleep, getting too aggressive. Not sure exactly what happened, but Kai gets a wide open one to fall there. Gets the lead back to 5. Now Rec trying to go to the rim. He lays it up. I thought Shifty might be able to get a hand on it. He was not, and that's going to be a layup there. Gets the lead to 3. You would like to see a couple stops from the Jazz here to close it out and maybe get the lead down. And that's going to be reaching and continuation. Those are 50-50 if they're continuation or if they do bring it back. They're going to say that was all in one motion. He dunks it home. Charger caught reaching, and Bear's going to go to the line for one more here. Gets it to go. Lead back to 6. Rhea setting a screen early. Rec combos. Trying to work. Sends it to the corner. Charger open. Gets the defender jumping. Charger knocks it down. That's a good 3. Gets the lead down to 3. We'll see how quickly the T-Wolves move here if they want to set up a 2-for-1 opportunity. They try to send a cut. Bear sees himself open. He misses the shot. Now the Jazz are throwing it all the way down court to Kel. He's going to try to work on Bear quickly. Perhaps thought about Rhea on the slip. Doesn't hit him. Kel, dead tired. Gets it to Rec combos. Almost goes backcourt. And that's going to be a personal foul on Shifty Kai. He runs down Rhea as he was going to set the screen. That will be 2 free throws for Rhea with the chance to get the lead down to 1. And he misses the second one. The lead will remain at 2. 17 seconds to work here for the T-Wolves. I do believe the Jazz have a foul to give. They do not, actually, now that I think of it, as Charger reached and they got that and 1 just a couple plays ago. Bear with another open 3. He gets that one to go. 5 seconds left for the Jazz. Can they do anything better than we saw when they had to run the 5-second drill last time at the end of the first quarter? 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They're dumping it down to Rhea. Run a pass back. Run another pass. No time for all that. It's going to be a 5-point lead for T-Wolves Gaming. We saw the Jazz have many chances to tie the game up or even take the lead. Even still, a great second quarter from the Jazz. The offense really showed up. The defense showed up, forced a lot of turnovers, and it's allowed them to keep this game closer than you would think after watching that first quarter. Rec combos much better here in the second than we saw in the first. Rhea doing a good job of scoring. I'd like to see a little more facilitating from him when he's getting the ball in the slips, as he's been so active. And that's not just him. It comes to how people are going to relocate off ball when you're talking about when he gets the ball in the slip. A lot of guys crash down. You're going to want to relocate, find the open space, maybe even cut behind him. Things like that make a big difference, and it's something we see the T-Wolves do so well. We're going to take a short break here. We will be back in about 4 minutes, and we'll see the second half for Jazz Gaming.
I wanna know your dark side. I wanna know your secrets. I wanna be your lifeline. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Tell me you're more than just a highlight. Pretty pictures on the outside. I hate to stare at you through these lights. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Oh, oh, this ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial. This ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial.
I wanna know you inside and out. Wanna know what's behind the light. Wanna feel that real love from within. Let me in. I want real love, real hearts. You're just enough to get me through. Get me through. 'Cause you're officially perfect for me. So wait for you, wait for you.
Up all night thinking, passing the time, anxiously waiting. You're mine, losing and winning. You can't get it right. Hoping you see me for more than just nights.
Up all night thinking, am I on your mind? Will you come meet me and change my life?
This love could be deeper. Just
Sink in. Will you love me?
click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you.
Addicted to you.
Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Oh, oh, this ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial. This ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial.
You say you're tired of the emotion, and you just don't wanna leave. Forever drowning in emotion, all uncertainty. So find a way to ease your mind. Pace yourself, stop running blind. You say you're tired of the emotion, but I'll be love on the clouds fill your sky.
And we are back a little abruptly, as it looked like maybe the Jazz were going over game film. What we're looking to see, though, is more of what we saw in the second quarter for the Jazz. Good defense, especially in the half court. Good enough offense to keep the T-Wolves out of transition. And that was really what made the difference and what allowed them to get back into it. Unfortunately, to start the third quarter, a couple threes from the T-Wolves, that's not the recipe for coming back in a game. The lead grows back to 11 after they just had it down to 1 at one point and then 5 a little later than that. Now it goes back down to 9 after a nice slam by Rhea. It's going to be Bear trying to get inside. Charger going to get caught reaching again. Last time he was caught reaching, they called the continuation and Bear was able to dunk it home. Now Bear trying to call a quick cut for Kai. He muscles his way down low, but nothing going. Shifty with the ball. Gets it reset to Bear. Now Bear, long crossing up top. Gets by, gets the rim run. Slams it home there. 11-point lead for the T-Wolves. So all the good, all the sweat equity and everything that was built up in that second quarter for the Jazz has kind of dissipated here to start the third. They're going to need to bounce back. You don't want to be headed into the fourth against this T-Wolves team with a big deficit as we see a turnover there in a transition dunk. You know, you don't want to call the timeout yet perhaps, but you might be close to calling one if you're the Jazz just to stop the momentum and kind of slow the game down a little bit and say, listen, we're right here, but you don't want it to get away from you to a point where you're going to need a miracle to come back. Right, Combo's trying to go middle. They run the rotation. He gets back to the wing, wide open. No good. Rhea gets the rebound. That's out to Kel. Kel maybe had the extra pass in the corner, decides to shoot. It's 7% contested, and now this is where it gets dangerous. Bear has that sharp badge. They might not know that he has it. We'll see if he decides to ghost pop, but he does. Doesn't shoot it, though. That was perhaps an opportunity to use it. Now he gets open again. Miscommunication from the Jazz, and he knocks it down. And there's the timeout that we were talking about. 16-point lead, a 13-2 start for the T-Wolves to come out in the second half. It's hard to say that there's been anything very positive for the Jazz to start this third quarter. They're turning the ball over. They're missing opens. They're taking bad looks. The T-Wolves are out and running again. Now Bear has sharp badge. It's been a very rough start to the second quarter, or to the second half for the Jazz. You need to get back to what you were doing. There's the audio. I don't know what was happening earlier, but we do finally have it in here. Threw me off track a little bit. You need to get back to what you were doing in that second quarter. It was all the things that I touched on when you're talking about make sure you're getting good shots so that they can't leak freely. When you take a smothered or when you take something bad to the rim, they know that's not going in and they have faith in their bigs to go down and get the board. That lets Kai leak. That lets Bear leak. And that's how they get all those easy points. That's the big thing, is take better shots. Don't turn it over. When you take good shots, the ball doesn't bounce crazily, and generally Rhea's in position to get those offensive rebounds. Now Rec, dead tired, looking to get it back to Kel. Kel trying to get back to the right wing, walks it back, wide open. No good, and the Jazz are going to need those to get back into this game. Kaze way out there, can't shoot. Gets it to Rec combos. Gets it down to Rhea. Rhea's been a consistent force for them tonight, but they're going to need a little bit more than that if they want to get back in this game. Starts with the defense here as Bear has his sharp badge. He's going to work deep middle. He has the shot, doesn't shoot it. Now pulling back. Sends Kai to the middle. Gets to the rim again. Bear using the badge as bait. He uses the badge like almost nobody else in the league does. Some people do use it to try to pull the defense out, but he still works as close to the line as he normally does. He really looks like he has no interest in shooting despite having that sharp badge. Rhea pump faking a couple times, gets the defender out of position, knocks it down there. Good inside layup. 14-point game, 2 minutes left in the third. Jazz are going to try to survive Bears takeover and then make a push, hopefully, headed into the fourth. Outreaching again, they throw the hash pass. Kai gets the midi cry, but gets pushed inside. That is not what he wanted to do. It's going to throw up a bad layup. It's a rebound for the Jazz. Now we see Kel, perhaps had Charger in the corner, gets bumped. He's going to have to reset. You see two bigs in the pick and roll. He's open over the middle. No good again. Rhea with the rebound. pushes the defender under, pump fakes, and that's good. The lead down to 12 off of the back of Rhea. Kel missing the easy looks that we saw earlier in the game. We're going. He needs to knock those down as Bear tries to walk it back there. No good. That's a smothered. Rhea with the rebound. He's looking to push it himself. Rhea feeling good after a couple really nice plays. Kel trying to get to the rim. Defender waiting there. He's going to back it all the way out. Is he going to get it to Rec combos? He tries to go to the rim again. Bailout pass. 5 seconds now. Gets it to Rec in the midi. Rec maybe had something. Throws it down low. That is not where that ball should be going. Charger is crashing for the rebound. That ball needs to go out to Kaze or out to somebody who maybe could shoot over a guard or get something up. That ball should not be coming down to Charger underneath the rim. A minute left here in the third. 12-point game. They're running some more of that action that they run where you see all this movement. Clampism gets the defender behind him, doesn't shoot it. Now Kai over to Slaughter in the corner. Slaughter no good from 3. It's going to be a 3-on-2 break. Jazz need to score here. That's a good foul by Bear. That is their one to give. 50 seconds remaining. You'd like to see the Jazz score, stop, and score again to get the lead to single digits. And it's going to be out of bounds. T-Wolves gaming ball. Looks like maybe Clampism tipped it and then it hit back off of Rhea's chest as he was standing out of bounds. Wonky play there. That's not what the Jazz need right now. Now Shifty Kai gets a free run to the rim, and that's going to be an easy 2 points. Jazz have the opportunity to go 2 for 1 if they work somewhat quickly here. Combo sending Kel on a cut, doesn't want to throw it. Shifty sitting in the lane, throws it to Charger, no good, throws it down to Rhea, and he's going to run right out of bounds. That's nobody's fault necessarily, just a bad animation. Rhea caught fumbling the ball and heads right out of bounds. The lead stays at 14. Bear almost puts it down, somehow holds onto it, works the baseline, gets the dunk, lead up to 16. If you're the Jazz, let's just get out of this quarter, get the last shot, and try to focus on coming out strong in the fourth. You don't want this hot T-Wolves offense. Get the ball back, and that's exactly what's going to happen. 3-on-2 break. Clampism going to the rim, lead up to 18 now. The Jazz have fallen apart coming out in the second half, unfortunately. Lots of turnovers, lots of missed shots when they were so close after a dominant second quarter. Now they get over to Kaze to shoot over a guard. No good, 29% contest. A 21-8 third quarter. The problem right now as we're looking at it, T-Wolves have a dominant quarter, they win by 9. Jazz have what felt like a really good quarter, they only win it by 4. Then the third quarter comes out, T-Wolves are on fire, Bear gets his badge, a 12-point victory. So, you know, when the T-Wolves are winning quarters, they're really winning them. When the Jazz are winning, it's more, you know, normal, more what we see generally in the league, where 5 to 6 point quarters, a margin of 5 to 6 points in a quarter is considered a big win because of how, you know, closely talented these teams are. The Jazz are going to need, you know, not quite a miracle, but going down almost 20 into the fourth, you're going to need something special, and you have no time to waste. This isn't like, let's come out in the fourth, you know, play at our pace, get our footing, make the right plays, and we can do it. That's something you do when maybe it's an 8 or 10 point deficit. When you're down 20 to an offense that's this explosive, the backcourt has been absolutely cooking, you're going to need to come out firing and being aggressive. You have to take some chances. I like most of the shots Kel has taken. Unfortunately, they haven't been going. That fade over the middle, the RT fade that he shot so many times, has not been there except for one time. So with the lead, with what it is, I think he has to keep shooting them. You just have to make those shots. This team is far too talented, speaking on the Timberwolves, to shoot yourself in the foot over and over and over again and hope that you can hang around. You cannot be missing opens. You can't be making the wrong read and throwing turnovers and all those types of things that we've seen from the Jazz, unfortunately. So they're going to have to come out strong, and they're going to have to come out fast in this fourth quarter if they want to have a chance at coming back in the game. They do start with the ball. This possession, no kidding, it sounds like a lot with 6 minutes, but it is going to be very telling for how the fourth quarter is going to go if they can get a quick, easy bucket here. Kel walks into a wide open three and he gets it to go. Maybe that's a good sign. A very quick bucket, only about 10 seconds in. He gets a good screen from Rhea, walks right into a three and knocks it down. The lead is not insurmountable, but you have to play a near perfect game with the amount of time you have remaining to cut the lead down so much. Miscommunication again. Bear left wide open. I'm not sure where Kel was going on defense there as Rhea takes the slipping big man. Kel just running towards the middle. I'm not sure, and Bear left wide open and knocked down a 3. Now Rek tries to get it back. He gets the crab finally. Defender jumping up. It's going to be a rebound by Slaughter, and that's Shifty Kai going the other way, and he slams it home. Lead is up officially to 20 now. They're throwing it up court to Rhea. Rhea gets it poked away. That's going to be a turnover. He looks a little frustrated. He gets caught reaching after it as well. And this is when, you know, everybody's trying to make a play. You can't fault Rhea for being aggressive. He runs down there, tries to make something happen, gets it poked away. That's just the way the game is right now when you're down this much with this little time. You see Shifty coming all the way out. Maybe some front running going on now. Playing out-of-body defense. He comes out to half court and tries to get the blitz. Well, Kel isn't even running around anywhere. He's waiting for the screen to get set. A funky inbound animation. Rhea throws a jump pass for some reason with the guy right in front of him. Now they get out to Charger. Down to Rhea. Back to Charger. Open for 3. Knocks it down. 19-point game. The Jazz are going to need a lot of quick turnovers and transition buckets to get back. Bear to Beast gets to the rim, and that's going to be an easy dunk for him. 21-point game, 4.5 minutes remaining. We've said this before with the Jazz. You're looking for something to build on. That second quarter was strong, but 2 out of 3 quarters you've played have been poor to very poor, to put it lightly, as Rhea gets the putback slam there. You want to see another good quarter here, something to build on moving forward. As you play again tomorrow, I think they play against Duke's Infinitos. You just want anything positive moving forward. That second quarter was good. It wasn't fantastic, and the other 2 quarters have been abysmal, so you want to see maybe Rek get some consistency going, or Kel get some shots down that he likes. Anything where you can say, going as an and one by Rhea comes in, where you can say, listen, you know, we made our mistakes that game. Let's put it in the past. And look to this Dukes game tomorrow, and here are some things that, you know, we thought went well for us, and here's what we need to work on. So we'll see what they can do in these last 3.5 minutes to close out the game. Shifty Kai working over the wing. Now getting it to Slaughter underneath the rim, and Slaughter's going to punch it home right over Rhea. Lead back to 20. It's been hovering around 20 for a little while now. Jazz really having trouble trying to break into it. Now Rek combos, trying to get the crab, not giving it up, and then it's going to be thrown right into the hands of Slaughter as he was sitting on the pass, down to Rhea. T-Wolves are going to slow it up finally. Gets it over to Slaughter, wide open at the wing, and he gets that one to fall. As I mentioned, Slaughter a streaky shooter, and they've taken advantage of that. Overall, he hasn't been too good and hasn't been too aggressive with his shots, but he gets that one to fall. Now Rek combos, getting up to Kel over the top. Kel fading again. He likes that fade, but it hasn't been there tonight, and that's been killer for them. That RT fade has been open over and over again, but he's just not knocking them down. The shots aren't falling at the moment for Kel. That's been their big problem. Bear gets badged once again. You're playing for pride's sake at this point if you're the Jazz. You don't want the box score to look too ugly. You don't want the graphic on Twitter to get too bad. So, you know, earlier I was saying you might want to get something to build on. I think we've seen what we needed to see. Anything past this point in the last 2 minutes is all for pride. Maybe you're trying to get the box score to look a little better. You know, you get your shooting percentages up, get your averages up, and just make the lead look a little more respectable. Now they're sending over to Kel. That should be lightly, I think. It is a 12, but he knocks it down from downtown. That's a good shot there from Kel. A good pass by Charger, just floated in the air a little bit and allowed the defense to get back, but Kel's still knocking it down regardless. Bear gets the rim, gets the standing layup to go as Rhea couldn't make it down there in time. Combos, doing some combos, taking it all the way over the middle. Clampism gets back in the play. Now they're going to look to get it to Rhea, perhaps. No, Kel trying to do it himself. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Taking it to the rim. Rhea had a few openings there. especially when the back end stepped up. Slaughter was caught guarding 2 people. That's a situation where you would like to see Kel get rid of the ball. Minute and a half remaining. Bear maybe trying to go to the rim again. Didn't quite get the angle. Slaughter fading, knocks it down. That's going to be about all she wrote for the Jazz. Unfortunately, a killer third quarter really hurt them after bringing it within 1 point. Rhea even had a chance to tie it at 1 point in the second quarter with a free throw that he missed. And ever since that moment, the Timberwolves went into half with, I think, a 6-point lead after a couple nice plays, and then they just exploded in the third quarter, building a 12-point lead, or winning the quarter by 12 points, getting the lead closer to 20. And Bear gets the deep 3 to fall. 49 seconds remaining. The lead grows to 35. Or excuse me, 25. Not quite 35. That would hurt a little bit more. Now over to Kaze in the corner, and that one falls. Maybe they can get it under 20 just to look a little bit better. Now over to Slaughter again, and he gets it to fall. I will say this T-Wolves team is dangerous when Slaughter finds his jumper. It doesn't happen every night, but when it does, they become extremely hard to guard. Charger no good there. 16 seconds. Will the T-Wolves hold it? No, Slaughter wants one more, and that one's good as well. So much for getting the lead to under 20 as a couple threes from Slaughter make that impossible. Rhea's going to miss the dunk. 4 seconds. And that's going to be Rhett Combos fouling on the break, seeing that they were going to get another 3 up. He says, not on my watch. You're going to have to do this off the inbounds play. And that's a steal for Rhea. So, you know, maybe you just build on that last play and forget about the rest of the game. Not a great showing here for the Jazz. Just a really dominant performance from a dominant team. As you see, the Jazz are kind of in, and just kind of, I don't know, in purgatory at the moment. You see some good things like yesterday against the Mavs. We saw some good in the tip-off, but all around they just can't put it together night after night. The Jazz will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern to face off against Dukes Infinitos. So maybe that will be a better game. You know, you put this one behind you and you move on. So either way, I appreciate everyone who came and hung out for a little bit here. An unfortunate ending for the Jazz. But maybe, you know, the whole turn isn't decided by one game, so they have a chance to still improve their group play seeding and get into the tournament. Thank you guys. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow at Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I hope to see you guys once again. Thank you.